Hello, innkeeper. May we have 2 flagons of your finest mead?
We can pay in these silver coins.
Well, I've never seen coins like this before, but it's silver all right. 2 flagons of mead coming up.
What kind of coins are those? And where do you 2 hail from? Coins from the planet BEDAZA.
We're searching for a magic gem that was lost here on Geryts, and we heard that Kervan could tell us about it. Is she here?
Yes, she's here somewhere. And you're right, Kervan is the one who can tell you about the gem.
Yes, although I haven't seen her lazy husband around here today. Oh, why did you do that?
Why are you calling my husband lazy?
You know, even a one-armed man can do some work.
Hey, no fighting in my tavern.
Okay, no more mug throwing.
Kervan, we are Ronnie Block and Grogan McGee. We're from BEDAZA, a planet with no sun. We're looking for a magic gem that we think could help us bring our planet back into a solar orbit, and we hear that you may know something about this gem. Could you help us?
Well, it's a sad story for me to tell, but it sounds as if you have a good reason to hear it. So here goes. When I married my husband Nedrick, he had 2 arms, and he was a happy, hard-working fellow. We had a fine business together, working a farm some distance away from the village here. The sweet old farmhouse we lived in had been in his family for generations. The most wonderful thing about the house was that right in the middle of it, a strong and ancient tree grew straight up from the floor and out through the roof. You'd feel a warm, powerful energy going right through you whenever you stepped inside. His family believed this energy came from a powerful gemstone embedded deep inside the trunk of the tree. Nobody could prove the story, though. The tree's wood was so hard that it couldn't be cut.
You said was. What happened to the tree?
Well, about 6 years ago, a strange old man came to our house, pretending to be lost. My husband was in the field, so I was alone. I didn't realize it at first, but that stranger was an evil wizard. He said his name was Banglethorpe or Blangador or something outlandish like that. He kept staring at the tree, and then he turned his eyes on me and started saying the cruelest, most hateful things. He knew just the things that would anger and hurt and upset me the most. He said I was a mean, terrible wife, that I didn't love my husband, and that I only married him for the gem in the tree. He went on and on, telling me I was a worthless creature. As I got more desperate and angry, I screamed at him and ordered him to leave, but he wouldn't budge. As he kept on taunting me, he began getting a kind of crazy smile on his face, and he started to grow. And the more angry I got, the bigger he got, as if my anger and my distress was making his power grow.
Yikes, how horrible.
It was the worst day of my life. I just wanted him gone and started throwing mugs and other things at him, anything I could get my hands on. Now, as you've seen, I've got a pretty good aim when I throw a mug at a man's head. But when I threw things at him, a kind of force field of energy around him made my mugs and plates just fly off in different directions, never even touching him. Then suddenly, he raised his hands and caused this huge explosion that split the tree in 2. And sure enough, the gem was right there in the middle of the trunk, sparkling and multicolored, its energy spilling out into the room.
So the gem really does exist.
It does indeed. And that's when Nedrick got home. He made a dash at the intruder, but the wizard raised his arms again with the gem clutched in one hand and caused a second explosion. It blew Ned clean across the room and through the wall into the bedroom. Then the wizard ran off, and I rushed through the hole in the wall to where Ned had fallen. His body was covered in blood. I was horrified to see that an arm had been torn off his body. While sobbing and doing my best to tend his wounds, I heard a sound and looked up. There was a kind-looking old woman I'd never seen before, stepping through the hole in the wall and coming towards us. I was too astonished to even speak. She calmly told me she was there to help, and right away took over the care of poor Nedrick. She seemed to have a kind of power about her, because as she tended to his injuries, he started to breathe easier, and soon he fell into a deep, peaceful sleep. She rose and told me to let him sleep, and when he woke, to nourish him with broth and fruit. Then, before I could even thank her, she hurried away, and I never saw her again. It was the strangest thing. Magical, you could say.
Amazing.
Even though Ned recovered, he never did get his spirit back. Losing our marvelous tree and learning that the gem really did exist, only to have it stolen, just took the heart right out of him.
What about the wizard? Did you ever see him again?
No, but we heard of him a short time after this horrible incident. A neighbor told us about seeing a man with a gem in a cave up in the mountains. That was the one time my husband did get his old energy back, but it was a raging, vengeful energy. He got together a bunch of his friends to raid the cave, kill the wizard, and get the gem back. But the wizard must have sensed them coming, because he managed a quick escape.
Where is the cave? Could we go there?
If you like, I guess you could, although no one ever goes there now. You take the path that starts across the lane there. It leads through the forest and up onto the mountain where the cave is.
Thanks, Kervan.